What's up, guys? Welcome back to This or Therapy. I am your host, Chris Mack, and today I want to talk about, are you gullible or are you stupid? Here's what it pertains to. I don't mean in just like everyday generality. I mean when it comes to relationships, right? Because we are quick to say, especially, in the dating market now in 2023, people are saying, oh, there are no good men out there and there are no good women out there. But that can't be, right? Because if you say you're a good man or a good woman, right, then how can the two be, happening at the same time? How can both be true at the same time? If there are no good men, then that means you can't be a good man. If there are no good women, that means you can't be a good woman. Do you see what I'm saying? So how can you then say that there's no good people out there if you consider yourself one? Because then that would just negate that statement, right? So with that being said, I think that there are a lot of people out there who just enjoy bitterness, right? And what I mean by that, I don't mean that there aren't people out there who have been hurt and traumatized. However, it is easier to just dismiss things that are going on. It's easier to just say, hey, there's nobody good out there, so that way you can justify why you haven't found happiness or why you haven't figured it out. And because when it comes to relationships and things of that nature, it starts within us. And so it's something, if you haven't found what you're looking for yet, it's probably because you don't have it. And not because it's not out there, it's because you don't have it within you to attract that kind of person to your life. There's something that's missing within you that you're not doing, right? Because you can sit there, yes, there are some bad people out there, and dating has changed, and it's become more of a game now than it probably was in the past and things of that nature. However, there is still something that we have to do as adults, which is called accountability. We have to take accountability within ourselves and figure out why you are attracting these type of people, why you are attracting this type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to go into like some crystals and healing and all that stuff, but there is something to say with what we attract, right? There's a reason why you attract. Now, are there people out there who seek certain people that they can manipulate and make a victim? Yes, absolutely. However, also consider this. If you're a person who has dated nothing but bad people, in your opinion, right? You keep dating people that manipulate you, or give you false readings, or and they all these things, right? They keep selling you a picture perfect life and then sweeping the rug from under you. If you keep falling for that same person, what is the common denominator in there? If you keep getting that same kind of person, then maybe the problem is internal. It's not external. It's internal, right? Because it's easy to say it's their person's fault, right? And here's the thing. This was brought to my attention not too long ago, and it kind of made me think too, because, right, if you're a healed and healthy person, yet you keep attracting unhealed and unhealthy people, are you a healed person? Are you a healthy person? See, that's a question you got to ask yourself when you see a pattern, right? Because patterns happen for a reason. Patterns just don't have, no one is just a victim of circumstance over and over again. Maybe once, maybe twice. But if your last 5 relationships, the guy was or the girl was a narcissist, well, okay, let's say they all were. What is it about you that keeps attracting said narcissist? And what is it about you that allows yourself to keep falling for these same things, right? Because here's the thing, anybody who's smart is gonna see these patterns, right? After the second, third time, the fourth time, you're gonna start paying attention to some signs. You're gonna be like, this person is doing the same thing the last person. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling, you know what I mean? And sometimes, yes, we do ignore our basic instincts and we're like, maybe I'm just being paranoid. But let me tell you something. If you feel it in your gut 9 times out of 10, it's probably what's happening, right? Because if a person is making you feel this way 9 times out of 10, It's probably the case that you're feeling this way for a reason. Now, are you saying all your feelings are valid? No, but patterns are patterns, period. If you see the same things you saw in your last two relationships that were negative and you start to see that happening and you don't address it, well, then how can you consider yourself a healed, healthy person if you keep allowing yourself to fall into those familiar patterns, right? Because then I think what it is, especially in a dating game, is like people like to fall into those patterns because A, it's familiar, and two, when it all ends badly, they get to be the victim. Especially women. Sorry, I'm gonna say it, especially women. Women love it. They fall for this more than anything. They're like, oh, the guy manipulated me. Oh, this guy manipulated. Oh, the next guy manipulated me. Well, it's like, if you keep getting manipulated, why aren't you seeing the pattern? Why aren't you learning from these mistakes? You know what I mean? So are you gullible or are you stupid? And that's kind of the point of this whole thing. It's like, when you see a pattern, when you see something repeating itself and you keep falling for it, well, that's not gullibility, that's stupidity. If you keep falling for the same type of dude that does you the same type of way, that's stupidity. If you see falling for the same type of girl and does you the same way, that's stupidity, right? If you keep dating, if you're a guy that has a little bit of money, you keep dating and finding women that only want you for your money, and then you get mad when they're gone because you stop giving them money, well, there's a pattern, right? So that's my thing too, right? Because we always talk about healed and healthy. Well, healed and healthy people have boundaries. And if every time you fall for somebody, you throw those boundaries out the window and they get to manipulate you and use you and until they're done with you, well, then you're not really healed. You're not really that healthy because you're allowing yourself to be hurt for love, right? You see something in somebody that you want to see instead of seeing what's exactly is in front of you. You're seeing some far off, fantasy, running in the meadows together, getting married on a hillside, when the person is telling you that's not who they are. So you got to be aware of these patterns and what you see in people, because people here's the thing too, when it comes to manipulation and things of that nature, people can only hold an act for so long, right? Like most people, they reveal who they are within 3 months. I promise you, in any relationship, men, women, whatever, you start dating somebody, and they can only hold whatever behaviors, whatever facade they're putting on for 3 months. Maybe a few crazy people can do it for like 6 months. But I'm telling you, 3 months is max for most people. If they're putting on an act, if they're trying to put on a facade or make you, try to make you see them in a certain light to seem cooler or more, relationship oriented or something like that of that nature, 3 months. I promise you, the real personality will come to light. So what we got to stop doing as people, especially as adults, is falling for that 3 month personality, right? Because after 3 months, you're going to see who the real person is. And I guarantee it, they're not going to be the person that you think you're in love with. If you really see past it, if you really buckle down, get your feelings aside and write down actions over words. And that's what we need to start doing. Actions over words. Actions over words will tell you everything you need to know about a person, because people say they want to do things, but their actions are going to be another thing. So that's the point for the day. Are you really healed and healthy? Are you gullible or are you stupid? That's it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys felt about today. If you understand where I'm coming from, if I helped you out in any way in a current relationship that you're in. Like, comment, subscribe. All my information is in my description. So follow me on all social media, and I'll see you guys on the next one.